stay here. And she pointed to the guy and she was like, you go over there, like a few feet away from me, you know? You guys cannot be sitting next to each other. I was like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Mina and today I'll be sharing... Hey guys, welcome to the channel and today I'll be doing a story time of the time that my mom wanted me to marry her best friend's son, who eventually eloped with his girlfriend of 6 years and got married to her in a different country. Yeah, that'll be exciting, right? It's gonna be a disaster, so stay tuned. So at the time when this happened, I was like 16 years old, I think. And at that age in the Somali culture, I shouldn't even say the Somali culture, in the Rahamar culture where girls get married very young, I was basically marriage ready. So my mom started looking for suitors for me, okay? But the thing is that at the time she broke up my relationship with my ex-boyfriend, we were dating for like 2.5 years and he was ready to get married to me. That's a whole other story for another time. But anyway, I was already emotional as a teenager, as it is. I had all of these hormones going through my body, you know? And the cherry on top would be, you know, going through my first heartbreak. And that sucked, let me tell you. But anyway, she broke up the relationship. My mom is not only selfish, but she's also a sadist. She loves seeing her daughters, only her daughters, because she's also a misogynist and a sexist. You know, she loves causing her daughters pain. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but you know, I'm a girl. Oh, I'm wearing a sweater. But anyway, after she broke up our relationship, I was depressed as shit. I'd be crying my eyes out almost every day. But she didn't care. At first, before that guy, she came to me and she was like, you know what, your cousin is available. Let's just say that that would be a whole nother story if that same cousin was not the guy that I grew up with. I saw him as a brother, not even a cousin. He was living with us even before I hit puberty. He also hit puberty in the same household. So the fact that she even came to me and said that was just so frustrating, and it caused me so much pain. I'm still going through the pain that she caused, you know? And then she had the audacity to come to me and tell me that, oh, your cousin is available, knowing that that's the same cousin that lived with us for many years, and he literally just moved out like less than a year prior. And even though I was going through so much pain that she caused at the time, I was so desperate for her love. I just wanted her to love me. Now that I think back to it, I was beyond desperate for her love. So she came to me and she tells me that, and she's like, you should text him. And obviously I had his number because, like I said, he was like a brother to me. And as much as I was grossed out at the time, I was still a minor. I was still pretty young, pretty much a child. And I was super brainwashed by her because I wanted her love so bad. And my dumb teenagers started texting him. I'm so angry even thinking about this, and this guy actually thought there could be something between us. This whole time I was thinking that he saw me as a sister as well, but apparently he didn't. This is why guys cannot be trusted, period. No offense. I have to cover my ass. But anyway, he texts back and, you know, I start flirting with him. I can't even say that word because it doesn't feel right. Actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I was not doing all the flirting. She would basically tell me what to say and I would text it to him from my number, acting like it was all me. And this guy knew me well because obviously we grew up together, to a point where he got very suspicious and he was like, I don't think these are your words. I don't think that's how you feel about me. And I was like, what makes you think that? It's totally me, all of it coming from my head. And he knew what a manipulative bitch she could be. That's why he was very suspicious. So we were texting for like 2 days. So one day he comes over to our city, our neighborhood, you know, where he lived just like a year ago, and he was hanging out with his homies and he wanted to see me downstairs because he wouldn't come upstairs. The way he left was terrible. She made him feel really bad, and I don't even know why she wanted me to marry a guy that she didn't like that much. But anyway, he came over and he was hanging out with his homies, and he was like, you know what, if this is really you and this is how you feel about me, I want you to come downstairs and see me, like in public, like, you know, nothing serious about it. He just wanted to make sure that it was me, like face to face in real life instead of over text. He didn't even trust over the phone. But anyway, instead of me going downstairs, guess who went downstairs? Yep, you guessed it, her. She was taking down the trash right after he just said that he wanted to see me. 5 minutes later, she goes downstairs with a trash bag full of trash. I mean, we needed to take the trash downstairs, but that was not the right time. And this guy texts me back and he goes like,
I knew it.
And I'm like, what? And never got a reply back. And the reason that he was even slightly interested in me was because I feel like he had a crush on me. Even when we lived together, when I started forming my, woman body, he had an eye out for me, and I never wanted to think of it like that. And I'd walk around him without, wearing a bra. Obviously, I was still covered with a shirt or a dress. And one day, I think he was high or something, and he came home, and I was walking around, with my hair down, and I think he was like cute and curly, just like this. And he basically like touched my hair in a very affectionate way, and I was just like, I was so caught off guard. He wasn't like patting my head, and he wasn't just like pulling it. It was like, I was like, what the fuck? Dude, not okay. And I was very confused at the time because there's like 4 years age difference at least. And he was already going through puberty, and you know how guys are, or how guys get that time. Ever since then, I've been acting like really weird around him as it is. And when she told me to do that, that was like my worst fear. And I just felt like she was very inconsiderate. But anyway, finally moving on, because that was a hella long backstory. So this friend of hers was pretty rich. I wouldn't say wealthy. She wasn't super rich either. In my mom's eyes, the way she described her money was that her best friend owned an Acura. Okay, and if you're confused to what that means, it means Acura, the car. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's exactly how she described it. And at the time, I really wanted to go off on her and tell her that Acura is not the most expensive car out there, but I was just too depressed and just too sad to even talk to her. I was so angry. I can't believe I was like doing the silent treatment with her, and she didn't even notice. You'd think that moms notice their kids, emotions and how much they're hurting. She was playing it off, and I'm just sitting there and looking at her and just listening to how stupid she sounds. So they weren't even best friends for a long time. The only reason she even started becoming best friends with this woman was because she was rich, like I said, and she had an Acura. So anyway, oh my goodness, I'm getting really angry thinking about this right now. So the two moms set up a day for me and the guy to meet face to face. Mind you, we weren't even texting at that time. That was gonna be our first time meeting ever. So they succeeded to set up a date. So anyway, the day finally comes, and I'm not excited
at all.
By any means. Like, I'm not. Never did she ask one time how I was doing. So she comes to me and she's like, today's the date, right? And I'm like, sure. So I started dressing up. I normally dress up very cute when I'm meeting new people and stuff like that, especially since that guy was gonna be my fiance soon. So what I did was that I kind of like dressed up very ugly so he wouldn't be interested in me. And maybe that's why he ran away from me. I don't know, maybe. Hopefully that was the reason he ran away from me. I know I'm telling you guys this story in a funny way right now, but at the time I was actually really depressed. So we finally get to the house. Hold on, did we get dropped off? Yeah, our other cousin, not the one that she was trying to hook me up with earlier, another older one that already has a wife and a few kids. He was pretty nice. He dropped us off. That Acura was parked in the parking lot, by the way. I was like, so this is the car that you were talking about. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty nice car, especially at the time. This was like, I don't know, like over a decade ago. Damn, I'm old. Jeez. You know what, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and stop and cry for a little bit.
Just kidding.
I saw the car. I think it was black or whatever. I checked it out. I'm not gonna lie, I checked it out. I was like, this is the car that made all of this possible? Like, that's you? I was looking at the car like, you're the one that made all of this possible? How can I thank you? Pretty nice car, but it wasn't that nice to be best friends with someone for. No, maybe a Beamer, then I'd have considered. But they were waiting inside. His mom definitely made this situation a bit better and lighthearted, and I appreciate her for that. And she wasn't thinking that I was getting forced into this whole situation at all. She really just thought, was interested in her son. She really didn't think that my mom was manipulative as
hell.
But anyway, she cleaned the whole house. She was pretty for
her age.
In my ages now, all of a sudden, I'm not. You guys, if you've met a Somali woman past like 45, 50, you'll know what I'm talking about, okay? And that doesn't make me an ageist. That just makes me
spit out the truth.
Because that's the truth. They don't really take care of themselves. And she really took good care of herself. And she put on like some cute makeup and stuff. I was like, oh, I see you. You looking good out here, mama. I didn't say that to her, obviously. So anyway, I saw the son and I was like, okay, he's pretty cute, whatever. but I'm still very heartbroken because I just lost someone that I loved and cared about. You know, I broke up with him, but I was brainwashed into breaking up with him because I wanted someone else's love. I wanted my mom's love, and I would do anything for it. She knew that. So anyway, we walked in through the doors. I really thought these two ladies were gonna give us our private time, right? But this is how it went. Like, no, I'm not gonna demonstrate it for you guys. I'm just gonna tell you what happened. I can't do that on camera, unfortunately. So we start sitting down, right? So the mom sits at the end of the couch. It was like a section couch or whatever. I thought I was gonna sit next to him, right? No. My mom points me to sit next to his mom, and then she sits there like we were gonna have sex there. I don't know how this lady's brain works. I don't even think it works like how a normal brain works. I don't think she has the same chemistry as most of us do. So it was like his mom, me, my mom, him. And we'd had to have a conversation, a full-blown ass conversation, like while she's sitting in the middle. What kind of logic is that? What the hell? We try to make it work anyway, but I, like, you know, besides my ugly ass outfit that I wore for him, I really believe from the bottom of my heart that he was turned off by her, by her actions, instead of my ugly outfit. I can tell you guys this. If you have a decent personality or a really nice personality, there's nothing that you can do to turn off another person. Like, you can only try so hard to be mean or to be someone that you're not, but your nice personality shows through. And I'm not saying that I have the best personality, but I have a pretty decent personality. It's pretty solid. And if you get to know me, I'm pretty sweet. So he probably actually kind of liked me, but he probably did not want to marry into a family like that. And I don't blame him. And I'm glad that he did not want to do that because, you know, at the time I couldn't even be the best partner anyway, because first of all, I was getting forced into that marriage or that relationship. And I feel like I'm just repeating myself. But anyway, that's how the whole conversation happened for like 25 to 40 minutes. And his mom was tired and irritated by my mom's actions. And she was like, hey, and she called my mom's name and she was like, let's go. I want to show you something around the house. Isn't this your first time in this house? And I actually believe that was her first time in that house. So they left us alone. And before we left, my mom was like, you stay here. And she pointed to the guy and she was like, you go over there, like a few feet away from me, you know? You guys cannot be sitting next to each other. I was like, hell no. No. No, that was so embarrassing, but I was laughing inside. Normally I'd be like hella embarrassed if she did that in front of someone that I actually cared about or someone that I liked. But that night I was trying to do anything for him not to like me, and her doing that and embarrassing, you know, us like that was just getting us there quicker, I should say. But anyway, she was taken to the rooms, and one of the rooms was actually facing the living room where we were sitting. And I could have sworn I saw her peeking through the door a few times, you know, making sure that we're not sitting right next to each other. But anyway, we talked for a few extra minutes. I was very cold and like not interested at all. I believe he saw that through me, and I try to be as cold to him as possible. I wanted him to see through my actions that I was not interested at all, without saying I'm not interested, because if I told him that and then he told his mom that, and his mom definitely would have told my mom I was not interested, you know? And if that were to happen, might as well give Brady my RIP stone. But anyway, we got picked up by my cousin again. You know, he took us home. That was the only contact we ever had. We didn't text each other before, we didn't text each other after, and I guess my mom and her were talking to each other. All I hear from my mom like a week later is that the guy eloped. That's the same exact word she used in Somali, by the way, with his girlfriend of like 6 years or something in Canada, and they're married. Okay guys, let me clarify something. I didn't care for him at all, and I never wanted to get married to him. But the only reason I wanted to meet him was two reasons. The first reason is because I was desperate for my mom's love. And the second reason, which I haven't mentioned yet in this story, is that I was told by my mom that if I couldn't find a guy to marry me by the time she was going to Kenya, back home, that I'd have to go with her and I might not even come back here at all. And the thought of that really ate me inside, and I was like, I don't wanna lose my education. I've worked really hard for this. Isn't this the sole reason that we came to the United States in the first place, you know? And that's the same reason that I agreed to text my cousin who I grew up with and was even willing to marry him.
Same with the other guy.
But yeah guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I have a lot more to come. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!